There we go.
Jesus Christ.
I've been really struggling with
Hey, are you guys
my
gonna go back to what?
ADHD lately.
You know, I was actually just working on fixing the
Um,
door. It's
Dylan, come on.
broken.
Dylan, please.
I can't. It's.
I gotta get the last bags
What's
in there. Come
wrong
on.
with this thing? It's just.
Dylan, please.
what a dick. That's the kind of thing I would do to somebody. Yeah, no, I get what you mean though, because I've been like that with other stuff, but are not in that, like, I'm enjoying it, but I've had enough. um, but yeah, my ADHD has been really, but like yesterday was probably the biggest struggle I've had this year. I think with it, I just could not focus.
It's like a goddamn Bob Ross.
And it physically makes my head hurt. I haven't been paying attention, so I don't know if this is before or after Laura and Max.
Skill.
Yeah, that's it. That's why I typically end up just watching stuff I've already seen, like Rick and Morty, or just movies, or things that I don't need to concentrate on. Like I stuck Come Dine With Me on for the past couple nights. Because it's just stuff you don't really need to concentrate on. You know, there's no story to really follow. What do you call it? Just, it's like the equivalent of like visual fast food. But yeah, like on average lately, I've been playing, like I've been switching between games. So an average day lately has seen me playing between 10 and 12 different games. Just because I can't settle on one. And that's kind of why I figured out part of the reason why I've not been streaming as much. And part of it is because when you're streaming, you pick a game. Because I've noticed that people don't really enjoy it when I'm switching between games. You know, like obviously if you finish one game and then move on to another, that's one thing. But with me, it's like, right, I've had enough of that, I'm moving on to the next. So because I don't know what mood I'm going to be in, I don't know where my head is going to be, and I don't know how I'm going to feel 2 hours into a game, I think that's been a hurdle that my ADHD's just put in the way.
You are so mean.
Because I know that I could sit on this for like 8 to 10 hours straight, or more, if I had the time to do so.
Okay.
Same with Scorn. I knew with Scorn there was no way that I wasn't gonna love the fuck out of that. But it's like with maybe slightly more obscure games or challenging games, because obviously some days my ADHD is just like, right, this is too hard, I can't complete it, I don't want it.
Ryan, the sailing instructor with the sexy brooding loner thing that totally doesn't do anything for me at all?
Yeah, I can't quite figure out what to do with that though.
Sexy, huh?
Like
by far.
Okay, sure.
Look, it was all settled by the girls in bunk 7, like
I'm
the second day of camp.
I'm gonna pause a sec because obviously I'm talking over all this and I'm meant to be taking the story in, and obviously this is just a prime example of my ADHD. So like I've been listening to this podcast, which has kind of made me realize a lot more about me, because I'm undiagnosed, I'm untreated at the moment. But like they mentioned this phrase metacognition, which is the ability to think about thinking, and I realized that that's one of my biggest problems. I can't do that. I can't analyze my thought process. I can't see past any like as soon as I hit a hurdle, my brain immediately retreats, and it's like, right, you're not doing that now. And that's not like me, but what I've noticed is that as I'm getting older, and now I know what it is, it seems to be manifesting worse, because with every question that gets answered, then like 5 new questions pop up. So my cognitive ability is just fucking non-existent some days. But I haven't quite figured out the self-care aspect yet. I think the first step in dealing with it, for me anyway, is talking about it and opening up about it, because I haven't been willing, I guess. Like, the ableist in me doesn't want me to do that, because it's like I'm admitting faults. Not that I think I'm perfect, but it's like, you know, the inner ableist is a cunt. You got Adderall for work. Yeah, see, I need to get the ball rolling with a diagnosis, because at the moment in the UK, unless I pay loads, I'd need over £1,000 from what I've heard, like, looked into so far, because my private healthcare doesn't cover it. Is that I could be looking at 7 to 8 years. And I'm 38. I'm too fucking old. Oh, it's just me and Stream Raiders, guys. I think I might just palm this off today. One less distraction. But yeah, it's hard, because yesterday I knew what I needed to do. I just couldn't get, like, because I was working, and I just couldn't I couldn't focus. So things that would normally take me like 5-10 minutes, it was taking me like 30 or more. We'll do one more. We'll try again. Well, this is the thing, right? So I'm really angry at myself now, because there were signs there, but when I was a teenager, ADHD wasn't really something you heard of, and if it was typically the belief that it was just a term for naughty children. And then obviously if it was about adults, then it was just they were arseholes. They were just troublemakers, you know. But I was diagnosed as like borderline depressed when I was 17, and I got put on citalopram, and then I ended up taking myself off of them because they were fucking with my stomach, and I'm pretty convinced that's part of the reason why my stomach's so bad now. But I never went back. I never reviewed it and whatnot. You have to mail some magic cards. What are magic cards? Or do you mean like Magic the Gathering cards? But yeah, so obviously if I'd maybe pushed more, because I was adamant I wasn't depressed. I mean, I do suffer from depression now, but obviously what I've come to realize is that ADHD masks itself very well under the guise of depression and or anxiety. So I could have been diagnosed years ago, or at least, you know, on my way there. Magic cool. Yeah, can you not do like oh, what do they call it over there? We call it drop and go, but they used to sponsor loads of podcasts I listened to. Fuck. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, can you not like just do it, and then I think you just dump it and then run. So at least you're not queuing at the post office. Stamps.com, that's what it is. I heard Kevin Smith's voice say it to me there. But yeah, so I could have been diagnosed years ago, but like, because I tweeted about it yesterday actually, where I used to joke that Lord of the Rings ruined reading for me because it took me 6 months to read it and I just lost interest, and I can't read anymore. Like, I can read, obviously, but I struggle to focus. I don't, the information just doesn't go in. That's why comic books were much better for me, and then obviously I got into audiobooks because I can enjoy books without me actually having to do all the hard work. And like audio stuff goes in, whereas reading, I could read something now and then 5 minutes, like when I'm playing games and it tells you what to do and I'm like, I don't know, you don't have an envelope or stamps or right, okay, so yeah, you're stuck with the traditional old way of doing it. But yeah, I'm the same. Like, I've got something. We had a care package from Duck Plague last year, or is it longer than that now? Again, this is another thing I suffer badly from, is time blindness. I have no concept of time. Anyway, no, it's over a year, I think. I think it'll be 2 years this year. Anyway, we've had this box that we had of stuff to send back to him and his wife and his daughter. And it's just been sat here. And there's things in it that we've had to take out because they would have gone off. Like the sell-by date was elapsed. And we still haven't done it. And I know I need to do it. And I don't know. It's the thought of having to connect up a printer, doing the label. I don't know. There's so many things. Yeah, I forgot where I was going with this now. ADHD right before your eyes. Nah, it's gone. It might come back. See, the ableist in me is like, you're a fucking idiot. You're just useless.
Please.
Yep, that's it. That's everyone.
I need to shut that voice up because I think that makes me worse.
So she really just dumped her ass, huh?
It makes me try to be something I know I'm not, and I never can be.
Blah, blah, blah. My whole thing,
and then I kick myself when I fail at trying to be it when I know I can't be it.
Blah, blah, blah. And she was just like,
it is. Existence is pain, in the words of Mr.
Man, she's
Meeseeks.
got you wrapped all the way around that dainty little finger of hers. How does she do it?
oh, but I mean, seriously, come on, she's right. It's just like a stupid summer.
But yeah, so this podcast I got into, they've got a Discord, and I've been chatting in there. I've been using Discord more than I've ever used it in months. And I've been really enjoying it, like talking to people that I guess I don't feel judged by, and I can just be me. Actually, no. This is something I was going to say on a podcast episode, but I don't know if I'll ever get around to doing it, so I might as well say it now, and then if I say it again, then cool. So another thing that I realized is I think my symptoms seem worse, and this is why I then was able to realize, well, it was Duck Plague that actually said he thought I was maybe somewhere on the spectrum. And so I did a test on stream, and I've done a couple others since then. I know obviously they're not ironclad, but you know, there's no smoke without fire, as they say. But I think the reason that I feel my symptoms are worse is because before COVID, when I was having to physically go to work and obviously be in various social places, I was wearing a mask. You know, like for the most part, I did my best at putting as much energy as I could into not being a different version of me. So I was still being me, but not maybe the 100% true me, because you know the rejection dysphoria and stuff like that. Whereas I've been working from home for 2.5 years, I very rarely end up in social situations, and if I am, I've usually got something as a support. Either Heather's with me or I'm with my kids, so I've got something. I'm not just on my own kind of thing. But I think because I've not been having to wear the mask, I've been able to spend a lot more time with myself, and that's not as sexy as it sounds. And that's where it's kind of like, you know, in The Sopranos when they mention about the shark stops swimming and it dies. It's kind of like that, where I've stopped swimming. I don't like swimming. And I'm able to, like, my brain obviously has more opportunity to do what it has always done, and I just never really realized that, or you know, never really realized what it all actually meant. So yeah. Anyway, game. Let's focus.